In the game of basketball, there's a clock that sits just above the backboard, tirelessly ticking down, a constant reminder of the seconds slipping away. It tells you how much time you have left until you need to put up a shot.
Russell, bad pass, but it finds its way to James, who has to hoist it up, and he banks ahead!
Failing to put up a shot results in a turnover, the worst possible outcome, because that means you didn't get anything out of the 24 seconds you were given. Even if you put up a bad shot, it means at least you tried. And if you get a live ball turnover, it means you can learn from your past mistakes. The next 24 seconds provide a fresh start, a new chance to make something happen. It's almost poetic how a single possession mirrors our everyday lives. We too have 24 in a day to seize opportunity and score when opportunity arises. And as our life is coming to a close, the pressure intensifies, and every second, minute, and day feels more important than the last. The shot clock in basketball not only governs the time on the court, but serves as a metaphor for how we manage time and approach opportunity in our daily lives. If you use your time correctly, you can look back and see all the choices you made in the 24 seconds you were given led to success.
Defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
There's another clock on the backboard, one that tells you how much time is left in the period. For the majority of the quarter, it might have little to no impact, but as it dwindles down, more and more people in the audience begin to focus on it. That's because those 24-second possessions lose their value when the end of the quarter creeps closer and closer, all the way to the point where they turn off the shot clock, because as the quarter comes to a close, the pressure intensifies and every second of the game clock becomes more and more precious. Time is a very limited resource, and for most people, we don't get to use the total of the 24 that we are given. The average person gets about 8 hours of sleep every day, meaning you only have 16 hours to achieve your goals. However, we can have even less by sleeping in or staying in bed too late. There is a rule in basketball called the 8-second violation. If you don't get across half court in time, then you will be assessed a turnover. Usually this happens because there are obstacles in the way of this happening. For NBA players, this is the defender, trying to prevent them from crossing half court. This is called a press. Using a press is an effective strategy because even if they don't stop you, the time they wasted has thrown you completely out of rhythm. And in real life, you yourself can hold yourself back, whether it's a lack of focus. Now, you don't have an actual human preventing you from getting out of bed, but if you allow yourself to stay there and get up late because you're tired or you partied all night, the consequences are the same. Some can say the press that you face is when you press the snooze button on your alarm. Doing this will make you less likely to achieve your goals that day because you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage. The best way for a team to have a chance to score is realizing that time is a limited resource, and if you allow yourself to get off to a bad start, you are likely not going to be able to reach your goal in the time given. Now, I'm not saying you need to be Giannis when you're dribbling up the court, taking one huge stride.
Racing, look at that speed.
But you just have to make sure you don't take too much time getting your day started. You can compare yourself crossing the half court to getting started on a task or a goal. Just as a player must have a game plan to make the most of his possessions, individuals need preparation and time management to maximize their limited time. Time management is everything because without it, you're just wandering around with no set plays, making you less effective in the game. When players cross half court and the time is ticking down, each of those seconds matter. So having groundwork and preparation is essential for making the most out of the time you have. When teams come into a game, they have been practicing plays and scouting teams, allowing them to go into every possession with confidence they can score. If a team in the NBA came into a game and didn't do the groundwork or preparation of plays and schemes, then you can't expect a good outcome. You can't start running a play with 5 seconds left because you either won't complete it or you'll be rushed into a bad shot where you make mistakes. Now, this isn't always the case because there are some guys like Kobe who can bail you out with last-second buzzer beaters. But the reality of the situation is you can't build your offense or your life around last-second bailout shots. But for the majority of the population, if you go into the day without having the pre-work or a plan, you can't expect to get the best out of a day. In basketball, it's easy to underestimate the significance of a single possession, especially in the early moments when the game clock seems abundant. This is an illusion because teams think they can focus on stuff later. The stuff that happens during the first quarter will have minimal impact on their overall success. You usually see more experimental things, or players being more relaxed. Yet, it's precisely during these moments that the foundation for the entire game is laid. Possession by possession, decision by decision, the game unfolds, and if teams are too casual, they can find themselves down big, struggling to come back. Like life itself, we often underestimate the significance of our daily choices and actions. We may not always realize the impact that every decision, every moment has on our future. We put off big choices or doing things that will build good habits for us because the future seems like a distant thing, and you can just put off those things until it really matters later. Just as a basketball game can be decided by a single possession, our life trajectory can be decided and shaped by the outcome and accumulation of our choices of today. Consider this: if you're not disciplined in making the most of the possession or this day, then why would you assume you'll suddenly have discipline tomorrow? The truth is, excellence is built not in the grand sweeping moments, but in the meticulous care given to each detail, each possession, each decision.
Greatness is not meant for a few chosen people. It's meant for those who persistently pursue their dreams every day and make that choice when they wake up.
However, contrary to my last point, it's also important to not get hung up on every choice that we make. If a player turns the ball over on a possession before, they can't be timid and scared the next and only make the safe moves. If they did this, they're doing disservice to themselves and to their team. Yeah, they made a mistake last possession, but this time they'll be better. Every player has to fail at some point because failing is necessary for success. If they put the weight of the world on every decision, they are actively handicapping themselves. For you, it might look different. Like, sure, yesterday you messed up, but today you're going to attack it with the same fever, not letting your past define you. In life, you can't go through and try to make the right decision every time, because then your life turns into a test. And when were you the most nervous and prone to make mistakes in school? Dion Waiters once said, "I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9 because if you go 0 for 9, that means you stopped shooting. That means you lost your confidence." Imagine if we were able to approach life that way. Just because you fail today doesn't mean you'll fail tomorrow or even a week from now. As the saying goes, shooters shoot. And failing is a necessary part of life because it allows us to grow and learn from our past mistakes. In the high stakes of a game, awareness of the clock becomes a critical factor when it comes to decision making. As the shot clock ticks down, this leaves players to wonder, do I rush to put up a shot to beat the buzzer? Or do I sit back, be patient, watching the play unfold, waiting for the perfect opportunity? The temptation to rush to put up a shot in order to avoid a turnover is a tempting one, and a decision often made under an extreme amount of stress. Similar how to in life, we might make hasty decisions because we see the time slipping away. The awareness of time ticking down can often lead people to make impulsive decisions, but urgency doesn't always yield the best outcome. These decisions may look like a good choice, but more often than not, these impulsive decisions or these risky passes that we throw often result in a turnover. Now, a player that goes with option 2 of being patient sometimes finds the best opportunities appear when time is ticking down by trusting the process. Just as a player might resist the urge to force up a shot and instead move the ball around, creating a better opportunity, we too can benefit from taking a step back, assessing our options, and making a clear decision with our mind. You might want a quick fix solution, but waiting for the right time to strike can lead to the best rewards. But being patient doesn't always result in the best outcomes. Sometimes you can wait for things to develop and things to be perfect, but the perfect opportunity never comes. Sometimes you can wait too long and hesitate to take that shot or are reluctant to throw a risky pass because you're waiting for the right moment. But by waiting too long, you end up running out of time, and the outcome is the same if you had taken a chance earlier, resulting in a turnover. In life, waiting for the ideal condition can lead to missed opportunities. It's important to take the opportunities in front of you, because next opportunities aren't always guaranteed, and a player especially knows this. They don't know when they're going to be subbed out of a game or when an injury might take place, preventing them from being able to play again. That's why it's important to take a chance when you have it, because it all could be gone in an instant. When you're watching NBA games, you see players never wanting to sub out because they want to maximize the possible time that they have. If they weren't taking chances, they would just go to the bench and wait for the game to come to a close because that's when the decisions really matter. But they might not get any playing time due to their performance in the previous 3 quarters of not taking it serious and not taking the chances when they had them. Waiting for the perfect opportunity, perfect shot, or perfect pass can sometimes result in you just going through the motions and not being able to get up a last-second shot attempt. When you allow your mindset to be this, you're not even actively participating in the game anymore. You're just going through the motions, doing what you're told. And that's not how you should live your life. Usually, in the NBA games, the most exciting moments come when a play is improvised, and in life, some of the best opportunities come when we didn't plan them. When you're just following orders, it can feel like you're sitting on the bench, because you're seeing plays happen and you see the shot clock going down, but you aren't the one making decisions. Sitting on the bench, you're just a spectator, but being a spectator and going through the motions shouldn't be a reality for anyone. Just as in basketball, it's important to actively participate in life, making decisions and creating opportunities rather than watching them passively. More often in life, it's the people who are looking to create the best opportunities at any moment who are in the game and not on the sidelines. In life, you can watch other people make opportunities for themselves and reap huge benefits from it, but you can also make those opportunities and take chances for yourself as well. Life isn't just a spectator sport.
Quasi, take it from an old spectator. Life's not a spectator sport. If watching is all you're gonna do, then you're gonna watch your life go by without you.
When you decide to get off the bench and go out there and try to make opportunities for yourselves, you will fall sometimes. Making mistakes is like throwing a turnover or missing a shot. It's part of life. But just because you're down now doesn't mean you can't come back. Sometimes it can feel like you're down 31 and you're playing a super team, but if you show resilience and never go easy into the night, you can pull off an amazing comeback.
And that will do it. A remarkable comeback by the LA Clippers on the Warriors court here at Oracle.
If you remember these things, you are on your way to a successful life. But when the game clock starts to wind down, and the players and the fans can feel the palpable tension in the air, it's in those moments when the fear of time running out becomes all too clear. Suddenly every possession, every second carries a new weight. It's a reminder that life, like a basketball game, has a final buzzer. And the fear of running out of time is something we can often overlook until it's right there on the horizon. Now, that final buzzer doesn't have to be death. It can be the end of your schooling, job, relationship, etc. But the passage of time in life can often catch us off guard. We get wrapped up in the routine, the hustle, and the daily grind. It's easy to forget that one day we might find ourselves in the fourth quarter, looking up at the clock with precious moments left. And it's in those crucial moments where our character is revealed and the decisions that we made all across our life become defining. Approach life as if it was Game 7 of the playoffs. There are no redos, no do-overs. Each day, each possession is an opportunity to score points that truly matter, whether it's in the form of personal achievements, meaningful relationships, or simply savoring the beauty of the present moment. By recognizing the fear of running out of time and embracing each possession, each day, with intention and purpose, we can make the most out of the time that we've been given. You can't score 100 points on one possession. Take life one possession at a time, and when you look back, you'll realize you scored 100 points in your own unique way, each point representing a moment of growth, a cherished memory, or a step closer to your dreams. Live your life like it's Game 7, where every possession counts and the final buzzer reminds us to seize opportunities that come our way.
One-on-one, Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
As we watch the game unfold, it's easy to marvel at the buzzer-beating shots and the highlight reel dunks, but it's equally essential to appreciate the unnoticed screens, the selfless passes, and the defensive stops. The seemingly small things that might not make the highlights but contribute to a team's success. In life, we too often focus on the spectacular moments while neglecting the power of consistency and attention to detail. Just as a well-executed pick and roll can lead to an easy basket, our commitment to daily growth and improvement can lead to significant long-term success. So as you watch each possession tick away on the shot clock, remember that they are more than just moments in the game. There are lessons in the art of seizing opportunity and making the most of everything you have. Every possession matters, both on the court and in life, because the things you do today shape your tomorrow.
Cleveland! This is for you!